Hello everybody, it's Whiskey River, and I've got a Thanksgiving 2024 update video for everybody. Just recently, just before Thanksgiving 2024, Alderaan, Path of Titans, and Arizoa have released some major updates to the game. Happy Thanksgiving everybody, by the way. Hope you're enjoying the holidays and that you enjoy the upcoming holidays. And we got a new year coming, so it's been quite a year. This year really flew by so fast. I can't believe it's another year playing Path of Titans with everybody and playing on Arizoa. If you haven't checked out the Arizoa community server, I highly recommend it. It's a great server, adaptive realism server, so focus on realism, but there is some really good PvP play that can be had here as long as you follow the realism rules and try to keep realism as your focus. But I wanted to talk about some of the changes. Alderaan released the Dasp TLC. That's what I'm fighting here on my Metri, is this Dasp, and it was a pretty major change to the Dasp, and I really like it. When it first came out, the Dasp was way OP. It had way too much health. It was fast, had stamina. I mean, it had everything you wanted. It could run down anything, and it was a monster. So Arizoa has balanced it, and I think they did an excellent job balancing it. It's in a good spot. It's still very, very strong, but it's not as OP as it was before. They're still going to be, challenged by Gigas and even Saurophaganax and a pack of Alos, but it's very, very hard to fight Dasp. I do like the changes they did to it. I don't understand why they don't change the original Alo. That's the dinosaur that's really needed a change for a long time. I think it's even still missing one of the slots that it has is like a sensor, a voice slot. I think it's a voice slot, but it doesn't. It's just blank. So that's the Dasp was okay before, and then they made it even better. But the poor OG Alo just gets no love. That's the one that they really should have adjusted. The other thing that they did a balance on, or they changed, was the Pycno, and that was just before the Dasp, and it's super OP right now. Knockback in this game right now as it is. I mean, the Iggy tail knockback, the bars, the Pycno's head knockback, all the knockback in the game right now is definitely too strong. It needs to be adjusted. Especially since with the Pycnos, the way they can do a charge on you and then headbutt you. So if you're a Rex or anything that's going to try to bite it, they can get a massive damage charge on you and then immediately follow up with a headbutt or a horn swipe, and then that just throws your character back and you can't even bite them half the time. It causes you to miss your bite, and that's just too much. It's way too much of an unfair advantage in my opinion, and should be changed. The Iggy tail can throw a Giga back like 3 or 4 Giga lengths, which is also kind of ridiculous. But the Iggy can get away from a lot of stuff right now, so maybe that's what they want, because the tail doesn't do any damage. So basically you just don't hunt Iggies, because they're just going to tail knock you, and you'll never be able to catch them if they know what they're doing, or they don't necessarily want to fight. Yeah, this little Utah was lagging like crazy when I was fighting it. It was nuts, but he third-partied me. I was trying to fight the Akilo. I wanted to do a 1v1 with that Akilo, and this little Utah decided to come in third party. And they can be kind of annoying. They'll do this kind of stuff where they'll come in what usually happens with these guys when they're by themselves is they'll come and try to third party, or they'll come and try to attack you, and then they start losing, and then they just run into a cave in a hole where you can't get to them. And then you're stuck out there, low health, and they didn't even get a kill or anything. So it's super annoying. I wish they wouldn't do that, because they're not accomplishing anything other than getting you low. They're not even succeeding on their hunt. Anyway, so it's kind of a pointless endeavor, but these guys attacked me. It was a whole pack of them, so I positioned myself on this cliff right here, and I was trying to get as many of them as possible to fall off and or kill one of them if they run out of stamina, I think, which like that guy did. I'm pretty sure he finally fell off. So they're just as bad of a swimmer as Metri. So I went ahead and followed him in there, and a couple of them were following back behind, but that was a mistake, as you'll be able to see here. So yeah, the knockback I think needs to be reduced. Dasp TLC was good, and the way Arizoa has it adjusted I think is perfect right now. The bone break change was a major change. That was the next change that I didn't really like. It basically took away bone break from the Rex. It's got a fracture thing, which Arizoa has adapted a little bit, and it's definitely better. Like, you can actually play the Rex now. When it first came out, you couldn't even play the Rex. It was so bad. It didn't do any kind of bone break. It did what they call a fracture, but that fracture was like, it didn't even slow anybody down, really. I mean, it slowed them down a little bit, but not enough to where the Rex could catch it. Everything could still run away from the Rex, or the Rex would be out of stamina and they would just get away. So it was horrible, but Arizoa did adjust it now, so it gives 100% fracture, but maybe it's 90% on the first bite. But most things can still get away from you. Mid-tier and low-tier stuff you're not going to catch. They just turn away from you and get away. And a lot of the sub-apex stuff can do the same thing. So it's super hard right now to play the Rex. If you use the ambush ability and use charge bite, you can one-shot some stuff that's not paying attention, or you might, if they want to fight you, have a chance to kill something. But still not good enough for me to be playing the Rex all the time. I'll tell you that much. So we'll see. There's rumors that POT is going to be giving the Rex a TLC soon, and that might come with a bone break change. And PT might be changing the way their Rex is, and that we'll see what comes of all those changes in the future. Some of the main rule changes too. There were some major rule changes in Arizoa. The Herbie engagement rules was a major change. All the herbivores now have engagement limits, so there's a certain limit to how many of the herbivores the particular herbivore can attack. Used to be unlimited for Iggies, for example, so you'd see a whole herd of 9 Iggies chasing a single carnivore before. It was kind of funny. So now it can only be 2 Iggies, for example, which I think was a much needed change. It's really good. The other major change was the dislike biomes territory rule. If you're in a territory that's disliked by your character, you can no longer initiate a territory challenge. You have to forecall, or you can hunt. That's it. You can't territory anymore, which I think is a really good change. It's getting the Rexes and other apexes to spread around the map more and kind of stay in their own biomes. So that was a welcome change. The other thing Arizoa did, which I thought was really cool, was blocked off all the entrances to Savannah. So now you have to cross the water, the rivers, to get there. And there's Dino Sukas are back in the game. So you have to risk fighting or getting caught by Leviathans, Mosas, Sachis, and now Dinos. So I like that. That's also helped spread the player base around the map, which is really cool. And then another change was a body contest. Now you can't kill in a body contest. You're supposed to forecall when you're at death scars, which I think is also good. And you got to be careful when you're in a contest not to kill whatever it is you're fighting. And then there's a Herbie combat timer change where the herbivores, if they got attacked, they used to be able to hunt down their attacker and kill them. And if the attacker got out of line of sight for like more than 2 minutes, then you were supposed to disengage. But now if the combat timer runs out, you have to disengage, which I think is a really good change because it's more concrete. It's cut and dry. There's a combat timer you can see on your screen, so there's no guesswork involved. And you're not supposed to be chasing them out of your POI either. So that's good. All good changes, and I'm enjoying the game. I hope they fix the Rex. It's the only disappointment that I have right now. And they need to fix the knockback, I think, in the game. If they do those two things, I think the game will be in a really, really good place. It's like 80% there right now. If they fix that little 20%, I think we're in really, really good shape. But I've been having a lot of fun on the Metri and the Picno, and the hats, and on some Dilo packs and conchs. I've been having a lot of fun on a lot of different dinosaurs lately, and I like the changes, and I am excited to see what they have in store for us with the next few changes that are coming down the line. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you out there in Gondwa. Goodbye.